Okay, everyone. So now we are learning the topic which is call by value and reference. This is also called pass by value or pass by reference. There are two ways to pass the argument. The first way is call by value and second one is call by reference. Firstly, we are starting with the call by value method. To understand that, we are taking one example here. Let us suppose that we are having the main program which is void main. Inside the void main, we are having the body, which is the part of curly braces. Now we are having one more function, let us suppose that, which is void. That means no return type. Then afterward, the name of function we are having is Ankit. I am giving my name here. In the bracket, we are passing two arguments. Let's say I am saying here int A and int B. So these are the two arguments or the parameters passed. Now it is also having its body. Now understand that to call this function inside the main, we have to make a function call. So here I am simply saying the name of function which is Ankit. In the bracket, I am passing two parameters, let's say A and B. So that means inside the main, they should be defined. So we are defining them saying int A, initializing their value, let's say A is 10, and defining the B, initializing the value that is 20. So here these two parameters are passed to the function. Now supposingly in the function I am modifying their value. Here I am saying that A is equal to 30 and B is equal to 40. So here I am modifying their value. Now we are understanding that how this program will affect on the different variables. But before that, we are also providing the function prototype. So on the top, we are writing very first line of the function, which is void Ankit. In the bracket, we are writing int A, comma, int B. So this is the first line. And afterward, we are putting the semicolon. We know that this area is called the function definition. And from the line where we call that function, this is called the function calling or function call. And on the top, we declare the function which is called function declaration or prototype. Now we are understanding that how this code will work. You understand that first of all here we are having the void main. So here void main will start. Then afterward we have defined two variables, int A and B. So in the body of main, so understand that inside the body of main, so their scope is limited to the main only. That means we can access inside the main, which is A and B. Let us suppose that their address is 301 and 401. We don't have to bother about their addresses. Now afterward we are saying A equal to 10. So here the value of A is 10 and the value of B is 20. Now afterward we are going to call the function Ankit. So here A and B, that means these two values are passed and the function Ankit is called. And here the value A and B we are giving, that is 10 and 20. So these two values are coming here 10 and 20. Once this function is called, here we are having the Ankit, int A, int B. So inside the body of function, there are two variables again defined, A and B. Now here, let us suppose that its address is 701 and 801. So here these two values are copied. So here the value of A is 10 and the value of B is 20. So from this we get the first line about the call by value, that here values are passed. So here note the important line. Whenever we are using call by value method, values are copied, means from variable A and B, the values are 10 and 20. Whenever we are passing this variable as a parameter, then these two values are copied to the function. So inside the function, two variables are defined and the copy is given. That means this 10 and 20 is the copy. It is not the original value. Now afterward we can see that inside the function we are having A is equal to 30. So here inside the body of function, A is modified 30 and B is modified 40. So here B is modified as 40. Now understand that the 30 and 40 is reflected here inside the body of function. You understand that this is the scope of function only. So inside this function, if you are going to print the value of A and B, so here value will be 30 and 40. But if you talk about the main, which is the calling program, in the main scope, if you are going to print A and B, still the value of A and B will be 10 and 20. So here the reflection is not there because we are passing the copy. So if you are giving the parameters by value method, then if the function is changing their value, that reflection is not coming back. So here that's why we are saying that copy of value is passed. There is one more thing to understand. Whenever we are in the calling program and we are passing the parameters, so here A and B we are passing. So in the calling program, these parameters are called actual parameter. So here inside the main, which is the calling program, A and B are the actual parameters, means these are the actual which we are passing. But when we are into the function and we got these parameters, these are not actual, they are called the formal parameter. So here we can derive one more point, that whenever we are changing the values in function, that means we are changing the formal parameter. So change in formal parameter is not reflecting in the actual parameter. We can derive one more point here. As we know that in call by value method, when we are passing the actual parameter and in the function they are taking the formal parameter, so here the copy of value is passed. So we can say that formal parameter has the copy of actual parameter. And here we can derive one more point, because here on the function we are passing the copy of value. So we can say that function operate on values. Now we are discussing the call by reference method, and we will understand that how call by reference is different from call by value. In the same manner, let us suppose that we are having the void main. It is a driving function, and here we are having the curly braces, which is the body. We assume that same here we are having one function with my name, let's say Ankit. We are passing two parameters here. One is int A and another is int B, just like the previous example. And afterward in the function, we are having the body. To call this function, we need a function call. So here we should be calling this function by the name, that is Ankit. In the bracket, we will pass two parameters, let's say A and B. So these are the two parameters we are passing. Whenever we are having a function, it also have the declaration. So on the top, we are going to declare or provide the prototype. So here we are saying that void Ankit, then afterward int A, int B. So here we can see that the bottom part is the function definition. And to call that, we are having the function call. And on the top, we are having is the function declaration or prototype. As we are calling the function, so here we has to declare this variable. So we are saying that first of all int A, so one variable is declared, initializing the value that is 10, comma, declare the B, initialize the value that is 20. Now understand that in the call by reference method, I am not passing the value, I want to pass the address. So here very first thing you understand that in the call by reference, address or reference is passed. So here we are not passing simply A and B, we are writing AND operator here. This is the address operator. So here we are passing the address. And we know that whenever we pass the address, it is a pointer concept. So here, normal A and B cannot catch the address. For that, we need the pointers. So here we are putting the star. That means here we need the pointer. So A and B are the pointer, which will take the address now. As in the function, we have used the star here, which is the asterisk. So where we are modifying in the declaration or prototype. Now here inside the function, if I am accessing the value, let's say I am saying star A, and I am modifying the value, let's say 30, and afterward I am saying star B. Here I am using, let's say, value 40. So now we are understanding that how this code will work. So first of all, the main program will work. Then we have defined one variable A, another variable B. So in the memory, there are two variables. One is A. Let us suppose that the memory address is 301. And one other variable, that is B. Assume that its address is 401. Inside that, we are initializing A as 10 and B as 20. Afterward, we are going to call the function Ankit. So here Ankit function will be called. And here we are passing the two parameters. One is AND A. AND is the address operator. So here we are not passing the value. Here we are passing the address or reference. So that is the first difference between call by value and reference, that in the call by value, value is passed. But in the call by reference, address or reference is passed. That means address of A. So the address of A is 301. So here the address is passed. And also address of B, which is 401. So here address is passed. Once the address is passed, we know that here inside the function, which is Ankit, there are two variables of pointer type. One is int star A. Whenever we use first time star, we know that that is for the declaration. So here by using first time star, we are declaring the pointer variable. So here in the memory, we are defining two pointer variables. One is A and B. So here you understand that here we are having A. A is a pointer which is having some address, let's say 701. And B is a pointer which is also having its own address, let's say 801. But what this pointer contain? Pointer always contain the address. So here A contain the address which is passed by the main, that is 301. And B contain the address which is passed by the second parameter, that is 401. So we can say that hypothetically they are pointing to the variables A and B. So here A pointer is going to point the address of A, which is the part of main, and B pointer is going to point the address of B, which is the part of main. So here we are pointing to the address. Now understand that star A, whenever we are using the asterisk sign another time, first time we have used asterisk sign, that is for the declaration of pointer. Another time if I am using, that means I am going to fetch the value. So here I want to fetch the value where A is pointing. A is pointing to variable A and its value is 10. So I have fetched it. I am saying 30. So here the value is changed, that is 30. Then again I am using star or asterisk, that means fetching the value. So here value where B is pointing. B is pointing on the address of B, which is the part of main, and the value is 20. So here we modified the value as 40. So value is modified to 40. Now understand that this is the body of function. Here if you are saying A and B, these values you want to print by simply saying, let's say star A and star B. Now you will get the value which is 30 and 40. And if you are going on the top, in the main body, if you want to print A and B, you will also get the value 30 and 40. So that means if you are changing in function, that is also reflecting in the main or the calling program. We know that the calling program, which is main, is passing the parameter, and these parameters are called actual parameter because these are actual, means they was started. Then these parameters we are catching inside the function. So whenever inside the function we are taking these parameters, they are called the formal parameter. So these are the formal parameter. So we can say that inside the call by reference method, change in formal parameter affect the actual parameter. So here we get the another difference between call by value and the reference method. In the call by value method, only copy is passed. That's why the effect change by the function is not affecting into the calling program. But here, effect of function will also be affecting into the main program. Here we can drive one more point. We know that the formal parameter, which are the part of function, they have the address of actual parameter, which are the part of main. So we can say that formal parameter has address of actual parameter. So here we have the next difference between call by value and the reference. In the call by value, formal parameter has the copy because they have the value, copied value. But if I talk about the call by reference, here we are having the address. That means they are pointing to the exact variable. If the function is changing something, that will also be changing into the exact value. So here the address is passed. Or we can say that here in the call by reference method, function operate on reference or the address. So here we are having one more difference, that function in call by value method work on values, but the function in call by reference work on the address. So here we have learned that there are two methods or ways of passing the argument. The first one is call by value and second one is call by reference. If we talk about the difference between call by value and the reference method, or pass by value and pass by reference method, then in call by value, the value is passed. But here in call by reference, reference is passed. So in the call by value, parameters are passed normally. In the normal way, we are passing the parameters. But in the call by reference method, we are passing their address and we need the pointers so that their address should be taken. If you talk about the second difference between call by value and the reference method, in call by value method, change in formal parameter not effect in the actual parameter. But in the call by reference method, change in formal parameter affect the actual parameter. The parameter which are used for calling the function, they are called actual parameter, and the function use the parameter to catch the value, they are called the formal parameter. If the function change something, that means formal parameter is changing something, that effect is not coming into the main program. So here this is call by value. But in call by reference, if function is changing something, that means formal parameters are changing something. So that effect will also be affecting into the calling program or the main program or actual parameter. Then we are having the next difference between call by value and the reference method, that formal parameter has copy of actual parameter, and in call by reference we are having formal parameter which are having address of actual parameter. We know that in call by value method we are calling the function normally. Here we are not using the address. That's why only values are passing. So here values are copied and any change is not reflecting into the calling program. But here in the call by reference we are passing the address. So this address we are passing and pointers are taking that address. So pointer change the exact value. So here exact value is changed. So here we are having the next difference between call by value and the reference, that function operate on the value, and in the call by reference, function operate on the address. Because in the call by value method, we are calling the function normally. That means their values are only copied. So function operate on the normal values and any changes not reflecting. But here in the reference, we are using the address and we are using the pointer to catch the address. So here the address is passed. That means function operate on address. So that is all about the difference between call by value and the reference method. Now we are taking the real life example of the program by which we will understand the difference between call by value and reference method. So here we are learning the difference between call by value and reference method with the help of program. First of all, we are taking the program of call by value method. Here we are having the comment that is call by value. Compiler will not read this. Then afterward we are having the hash include stdio.h, which is header file for printf and scanf functions. Now on the top we are having is the void Ankit int a int b. This is the function declaration or prototype. Then afterward we are having one part which is of main. So here inside the main we are having int x. So one variable x is declared, and let us suppose that the address is 301 and we have initialized the value that is 10. Then afterward we are having y. So one more variable y is declared, and let us suppose that the address is 401. Here we have initialized the value that is 20. Now afterward we are having is the function call. So here is the Ankit. So understand that here we are having one function which is already available with the name Ankit. So this function will be called. And here afterward we have passed two parameters x and y. So x and y we are passing normally. That means their values will be going, which is 10 and 20. So these two values are 10 and 20 which are given. So here int a, int b, they will be declared inside the function as well. So here inside the function, two variables are declared. One is a, let us suppose the address is 701. Variable b is declared at the address, let's say 801. Now here we are passing the value. So the value which is taken by a and b are just taken inside and initialized as 10 and 20. Inside the body of function we are having int t. So one more variable is declared, that is t. Let us suppose that address is 901. Now afterward we are saying t is equal to a. That means value of a is going to the t. So here a value which is 10 is copied to t. Now afterward we are saying a equal to b. That means value of b is going to a. So here the 20 is updated at the a place. Then afterward b is equal to t. That means value of t is going to b. So here this 10 is updated to b. Understand that first the value of a copied to t, then b values copied to a, then t values copied back to b. So here this is how we have swapped these two numbers. Means updated value of a is 20 and the b is 10. Now we are saying printf, printing on the screen, /n for the new line, Ankit. %d%t. So here a will take its value and b will give its value. So here these two values will come here, that is 20 and 10. So here if I show inside the function, their answer will be 20 and 10. So here we can see that the first line is Ankit, then 20 and 10 is coming. Afterward, function will be closed, and here we will go back to the main and execute the next line, which is printf /n for the new line main. %d%d. So they will take the value from x and y. Now this x and y value will be taken, which is the part of main, that is 10 and 20. So here 10 and 20, these two values are coming. We can see that main 10 and 20. So this is how we can see that the function have swapped their values, but the values are not swapped into the main. In the main, the values of a and b are 10 and 20. In the function, they are swapped, which is 20 and 10. Now we are discussing the call by reference method. First of all, we are having is the comment, that is call by reference. Compiler will not read this. Then hash include stdio.h, which is header file for printf and scanf function. Now void Ankit, then int star a star b, that is the function declaration or prototype. Then we are having is the main function. In the function, we have declared int x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. So first of all, one variable x is declared. Let us suppose that the address is 301 and one variable y is declared. Let us suppose that its address is 401 and they contain the value. So we have initialized the value with 10 and 20. Now afterward, we are having is the function call, which is Ankit. So here we have function. In this function, the name is Ankit, so that function will be called. And here we are passing the address of x. So we need a pointer. So here we are having int star a. So a is the pointer. Address of x is passed. So here 301 is passed and a is having address 301. And address of y is passed. So here 401 will be captured by pointer b. Now we are inside the function. So here inside the function, we are having two pointers. One is A. A is, let us suppose, at the address of 701 and one is B. So B is, let us suppose, that at the address of 801. Now afterward, they contain the address. So A contain the address which is 301 and B contain the address which is 401. So that means hypothetically, they are pointing to the address of variable x and y, which are the part of main. Now afterward, we are inside the function. So here we are having int t. So one more variable is taken, that is t. Let us suppose that its address is 901. Now we are saying t is equal to star a. We know that whenever we are using star another time, then it needs the value. So first time when you use a star, that means it is the declaration. Next time I am using the star, that means I want to fetch the value. So here we are saying that value where a is pointing. So a is pointing to the address of x and its value is 10. So that 10 value we have taken in the t. Then afterwards, star a equal to star b. So here value where b is pointing. So b is pointing at the address of y and the value is 20. That 20 is stored to star a. So here star a, that means a is pointing at the address of x. So here this value is updated. Now afterward, star b is equal to t. So t value is 10. Update that value where b is pointing and b is pointing at the address of y. So here this part is updated with the 10. Now afterward, we are going to print. We are saying printf. That means on the user screen we are printing /n for the new line Ankit %dd. So they will take the value from star a and star b. Star a means value where a is pointing. So a is pointing at the address x and here the value is 20. So here 20 will come. And b. So b is pointing on the address of y and the value is 10. So here it will be 10. So here we are having the output screen where we have the Ankit 20 and 10 is printed. This is by the function. Now afterward, function is complete. We go back to the main. Printf, printing on the screen /n for the new line main. In the main, we are having %d and d. Take the value from x and y. And the value of x is already updated by the pointer. So here value is 20 and the y value is 10. So here we can see that main 20 and 10. So here we can see that in the call by value method, if the values are updated by the function, they are not reflecting into the main. But if you talk about the call by reference method, there, if the function is changing some value, that is also reflecting into the main. So here in the value method, we are passing the copy of value. And in the reference method, we are passing the address. So that is all about the call by value and reference method.